This episode of Dungeons and Dorkheads is brought to you by Green Man Gaming. Head down to the link below to get some fantastic deals on video games and shop with confidence, knowing that every game on this site comes directly from publishers and you get a fantastic deal in the process. Not only that, this video is also brought to you by XSplit. Head down to the other link down there and get in on the fantastic family of products that XSplit has to offer, including XSplit Broadcaster, which is a fantastic program for live streaming, video recording, and even making this video that you're watching right now. Head down to the link below. And let's not forget, this show wouldn't even exist if it wasn't for the great people making Foundry Virtual Tabletop. Head down to the link below. Foundry Virtual Tabletop is perfect for all of your virtual tabletop needs. It's very easy to set up, very easy to mod, very easy to get all of your game systems working, including D&D 1st Edition, D&D 5th Edition, Pathfinder, Fallout Pen and Paper, even Bunkers and Badasses. Head down to the link below and try out Foundry Virtual Tabletop absolutely free. And last but certainly not least, we need to give a big shout out to the folks at ForgottenAdventures.net for their dedication to the craft of map-making assets, virtual tokens, battle maps, Clip Studio brushes, and builder packs. All available on ForgottenAdventures.net. Link down below in the description.
I didn't think about that. That's a brilliant decision, actually, Zach. Right, I could ask Mistra if she knows anything about what happened in the surroundings of the area you just mentioned, because I forgot the name of it. Sorry. Short form.
Sure,
I could ask her.
Mistlands.
Are you going to use a spell, or are you going to attempt Divine Intervention?
That'll be Divine Intervention.
Okay, so, Divine Intervention is a 10th level ability, but I will allow you to do it. Roll a d20 on a 19 and 20. You will be able to Divine Intervention.
These DCs, we've been rolling low all night.
And before you do the d20 roll, because it's just going to be a flat roll, before you roll it, what are you attempting to do for Divine Intervention?
I am just asking what is currently happening in Shore for,
No,
and
like
especially
prayers
to Amen. Yeah,
or stuff. Things that would probably make your god happier.
yeah. Like, what knowledge is being burned down to while I'm at it, because you would be more interested in that too.
Would an offering help?
An offering?
Sandra pulls out the Big Book of Dragons.
You know what?
Knowledge.
That is knowledge. She probably would like that.
I got the lost tome of thought transference between snakes. That's a knowledge.
Yeah, those are both things that would be counted as knowledge.
I pull out my orcish cookbook.
From what I read, it's about having to become a god via snake knowledge, so, I mean, she might like it.
Actually, I'm going to keep the cookbook, but the Big Book of Dragons I've read from cover to cover.
Okay, sure, that probably would help. So would that add anything to it?
You'll find out.
Roll
The
a
ways of
20,
Mystra is
then.
very...
Oh,
very,
you freaking
nebulous.
piece of crap, die!
I'm telling you, we've been rolling fucking horribly all night.
The dice curse is real.
Nicholas, you sit down, books in front of you, extending a hand forward to offer these books to the realm of Mystra. And as you are saying this prayer requesting assistance, you wave your hand over the books, and all of the words from them disappear. And you pray, and you wait, and you wait, and you wait. Yeah, you don't feel anything happening. The words disappeared, so that was a sign. But you're like You felt the magic channeling through you as the words were absorbed from the books.
Waste.
But yeah, that's the end of the connection that you felt.
That was supposed to say Dante. I was on the wrong screen.
So we're out of options until tomorrow.
I mean, we've always got
my cantrips.
the intelligence hole.
What?
You know,
Oh, right.
Is it head?
Zach's well of knowledge.
How is that going to help? What do you think?
I mean, I could just ask. I could ask for trying to figure out if how soon Shirthor will be in danger, or if Shirthor's in danger yet. Or like, I don't know. Let's figure out phrasing the question to the fucking universe says.
I don't know if I want to put you through that for my sake.
I mean, I gotta.
I mean, do you want your family members, your foster family to...
Yeah, but...
I think this is one case where Zach doing it may actually free for the best.
I am offering this. I'm just saying.
It never goes well.
You could give me bless, by the way, as well, Nick. If we're gonna go, if we do that.
Yeah, you're right.
If we're gonna do that.
Okay, I'll give you bless.
The party is ranting to Vingel.
It was supposed to say Dante. Dante's on the sending stone letting you guys do your thing, and he's just venting to her about this motherfucking underwater creature trying to bite my ass and these fucking cattails, and then just recalling the story of Old Man Hickory and that interesting encounter with him and the fucking mech. He's just talking to her about it.
And you know what? I got myself some stuff. What do I got here that can help with the fucking brain damage? That's a Tech Thought spell. That's Cat's Grace. Elixir of Health is more for diseases, really. I don't know if that counts. No, that's not a disease. I suppose if you had Restoration, but I don't know if you have any slots for that.
I currently do have... Wait.
Even Lesser Restoration's probably good.
I have Mass Healing. I could have sworn I had Restoration. Yeah, Lesser Restoration's on.
That helps with like that just conditions or like.
I understand that it gives you
disease or condition.
So let me just.
So that's blind, deaf,
I was thinking with Greater Restoration, and you don't have that slot, so rip. And I think that's for a fucking different game system. I got my juice. I think. Do I even have Fago left? Rummaging through bag for Fago. So it looks like all we have is if you cast Bless on me. But yeah, Sandra, what's the question you want to ask the universe if you want to go down that route?
I mean, I don't think is Shirthor or okay is good enough.
Oh, you want a more in-depth answer?
It's gonna take us 6 days to get there, and I don't know if your infinite knowledge can see the future.
I mean, it's knowledge.
It is infinite knowledge.
Yeah, it could be knowledge of the future.
Wait,
and
hold on.
And there are wizards who can see the future.
Wait, hold up.
Albeit somewhat.
Wait,
profit.
hold up. And I pull out a dagger and I toss it at that rat that I just spotted in the corner.
What?
It's right there.
I can't read entrails, dude. I don't know if Nick can, but...
It's right there.
Wait, what did you say?
I just spotted it.
Alright.
I couldn't even hear what you said, Zach. Re-say that.
I cannot read entrails if that's what you're thinking.
Sorry, no, it just... rodents, I don't know, like... Can your infinite knowledge see the future?
I'm just going off of base that I know there's wizards who can, to a little bit. Like, you know, the divination wizards and whatnot. Don't know how that works, but like, there's some degree of infinite knowledge going on.
How about...
Like, if nothing else, I could just see if just the question of, are there dragons heading to or are there malicious dragons heading to Shirthor, I guess?
Sure. Let's go
or
with
maybe
that.
something more like.
No, that's perfect. Let's go with that.
All right, Nick, give me that blessing.
Okay,
Maybe
blessed.
bless us all for now, anyways. So we might as well. And just gonna lay on the table just in case.
Actually, I was gonna go to your side in case you fall over.
I'm just gonna lay down.
Okay.
Here goes nothing.
All right, so Zach
Here we go.
is. What is everything people are doing
Zach
to
is
Zach?
going to once they're blessed is going to ask if there are any malicious dragons heading to Shurthor, since that's what Sandra decided on. Or
Okay.
maybe not if they're heading to Shurthor. Will there be malicious? When will malicious dragons be heading towards Shurthor?
Yeah.
How do you think about that one, Sandra?
Yeah, that sounds better.
When will malicious dragons be heading to Shurthor? What do you think?
Sure.
All right, bless me.
Okay.
All right, go ahead and make your intelligence save.
All right, I'll do that with the 1d4.
Wait, don't I have an object that would increase Zach's intelligence?
Do you?
Yeah, don't I have like a scroll of like a headband of knowledge or something that Steve gave me a while back? But I forgot the name of.
Do you?
Hold
A
on.
headband of intellect? Oh, you do have a headband of intellect. You're currently wearing it, and you'd have to unattune from it and give it to Zach to attune to.
Yeah, it'll take like about an hour. Yeah, we can wait an hour, right? Yeah.
No, what? Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, just gonna.
Yes.
Give it back to me when you're done, or you passed out.
Is that just gonna unattune from their pearl of power?
For the sake of brevity, can we just say we do that?
Yeah,
All right, what's
that,
the
I was
bonus
gonna
that
say.
gives me?
You get 19 intelligence now.
Oh, 19 intelligence. Okay, I'll just write that. 17 right now. So then, cool. That's a +1. Intelligence, saving throw, a 1d4, situational bonus. We've waited about an hour. Zach's like, all right, it's ready.
I can't.
You bless Zach, right?
Yes, I already said that like 1,000 times.
Okay,
I
just
bless
double
you.
check.
Where if you get another nat 1, that's going
Let's
to be
fucking
ridiculous.
go. And then Zach asks the question of when will malicious dragons be
We've
heading
rolled
to Shurthor?
bad all fucking night. I can't.
Hey, it's a 10. The universe really didn't want it to go through.
Alright, so you think internally, less asking a question, more searching for an answer. When will dragons be heading to Shurthor?
When will malicious dragons be heading to Shurthor?
And you, as you look inwards, the traveling through darkness and then through a wavering gray, you suddenly see the town of Shurthor, and then the town begins to almost blur in a way, and then you notice it's not blurring, it's splitting into multiple versions. The buildings, suddenly you see opaque versions of itself beginning to split off in a flowering manner. As time itself, it is showing the various timelines of Shurthor, and you see movement. There's just a constant influx in and out. The travelers, merchants, those who come by, the birds flying, animals who live within the streets, the surrounding countryside, flowers blooming. You see so many various timelines, and as you go on, one gets hit, another gets hit, and another.
Is there a sense of how long it's been? How much time passes
And-
until they start getting hit?
You get the sense that some of them, it happens it's hard to gauge the amount of days because things are with the split, you're uncertain how much time it is from the moment you look upon the town and then it splits into the multiple timelines of towns and then they start getting hit. You'd guesstimate a couple of days maybe if it is to be believed that it started when you looked inwards, but now that I'll say make a just general wisdom check.
Okay. General wisdom check. Let's go. Go. That's a 16. That's fairly okay, actually.
That's okay. Yeah, no, I'll take that.
So you attempt to gauge time, and you are within your own brain space as you've accessed this information, and you're trying to play it back. And you notice you do have a couple of days before the first one got hit. And then when the next one got hit, it didn't burn down the town completely. Then another one did get burned down completely that day. And another one gets hit, another one gets hit. And it seems that all of these versions, it just keeps splitting and splitting and splitting and splitting. And there's tons of variables that are affecting this. And you, as time goes on, you notice that there are some that are on the further edges of your focus, as if those were the less important ones. And you're uncertain how much time goes, but as you're focusing, suddenly, all of them except one collapse. They are just wiped. And there's just one Shurthor remaining, surrounded by wrecked versions of itself. And you then open your eyes, and all of you notice, as Zach is laying down on the table, a trickle of blood started running from their nose. And Zach seems fine.
I get him a tissue.
Them. And Zach, you feel a bit woozy. You feel like you did the equivalent of a very strenuous physical workout, but just with your mind. You were intensely trying to recall information and focus, and as you attempt to sit up, everything is wobbling. You realize it's not a good idea. You just rest back down, and at this time you can just feel a coolness against your cheek as you notice that your nose is bleeding.
And then you see Sandra handing you a tissue.
Oh, hey, I'm good. I'm fine, I think.
I mean, you definitely got some effect, but luckily you didn't pass out this time.
Your nose is bleeding. You might want to...
So, did you find anything
rub
out?
What did you
how
see?
in danger are there? Yeah.
So the longer we take, the more chances things go up of things ceasing to exist.
Okay, that's
For
all
sure,
I need.
Thor.
All right,
We should have a few days though.
Sandra runs up on deck and tells Damer to pick up the pace.
Like, all right. Anyway, while she's doing that, it's like we should have a few days of safety. For sure, Thor.
Nicholas, can you make an Arcana check?
Sure. Arcana check. Arcana.
Zach is just gonna slowly try to.
Oh right, he
convey.
stole my headband. What was my intelligence without it? I think it was a 9. I'm gonna go with a 9 as my estimate.
Wait, really?
Seriously?
I have a lot of Arcana. Yeah, it's very good.
Oh, you +9.
Yeah, plus 9. not
Oh
accurate.
my god, I thought your intelligence was
Okay,
9.
And how the fuck did you
No.
kill a knowledge cleric?
No, it was definitely not a 9. It definitely had like a +1, I believe, in it. So no, definitely wasn't
Yeah.
bad.
Okay. So
That's a good roll.
that amazing roll. So as you're watching this, one thing that you noticed, the runes inscribed on the headband of intelligence, while Dante and Sandra were more looking at the physical being of Zach, you noticed something. It caught your eye almost immediately when, almost as if you could visibly see with the headband when Zach started delving, the runes, they started to glow as if it was being pressed. Like the headband was having exerted effort itself, and that's something that doesn't happen. Like unless someone is casting through the headband, which most people don't. You immediately, just with your knowledge of the arcane and the weird things that have been going on, get the headband off Zach, or else you're going to lose the headband of intelligence. It's going to explode.
Oh, okay.
It's not going to be, a giant explosion that'll take out half the ship. No, it's going to basically like unravel itself and the magic, and it's almost as if it got somehow very overclocked and exerted all of its magic almost at once. And if you give it some rest, it'll be fine. But if you keep it on Zach and Zach tries thinking a bit harder, it's not going to be good for the headband.
Zach, take off the headband. Take off the headband.
Okay. Just gonna start on a tuning.
Yeah, you pull off the headband, hand it back.
Just drop it.
Sandra comes back downstairs.
Is it good? Is the headband good?
It kind of overexerted itself because I don't think it was meant to ever see the future.
Alright, note to self. We probably should have gotten the hint last time, considering the when I asked if something would have been a good idea. Maybe future tense questions are to be left alone, for the most part. But we did get something.
Shocking that you even got something out of it and didn't get knocked out.
Yeah, no, just we should have a few days of safety. Can't give you a direct number, but a few days.
A few days?
Yeah, so like it's about 3 or 4. Not like terribly. It's not like a rush to get there instantaneously, but we should have enough time, most likely.
Shit.
That would to be certain. So Steve, you said it would like in all timelines except one, the Shurthor was destroyed.
Yes.
Yeah.
You feel that it is like there's a gap with the time estimate that you initially had. It's a couple of days before Shurthor, like there's a percentage chance it's going to be hit from all of the various timelines. Because it more or less, much like the spell Mirror Image, how the one spellcaster makes 4 separate versions from themselves, and they all kind of, exist around said spellcaster. It did that same practical effect, except started splitting and splitting and splitting and splitting and splitting, and you saw so many different timelines, and what the things that happen to them, it's almost like it's a percentage chance which one is going to be your timeline. And you have a couple of days to get there before potentially one of those Shurthors that got hit could be your Shurthor. So it's very vague upon which is currently your timeline. What factor changed all of this?
But then the final results is the forecast is doom.
Sandra
you know that as a sufficient amount of time passes, a lot of the Shurthors are absolutely destroyed.
Yeah, Zach's just gonna say, alright, so in the short term, there's most likely gonna be fine. To be certain, I'm fairly sure from what I saw, Shurthor will be in danger eventually, if no action is taken. So
Sandra pulls out a new map, starts
we should start
looking over it.
scrying every day on the way there.
That's what I was saying. And then Sandra pulls out a new map, starts looking over it, and is starting to panic.
Just keep scrying on the way there. Get a message out to Amon, or whoever else you know in the town.
Amon, Rena, my best friend.
Whoever is most likely to believe you and has enough pull to convince the rest of your extended family to
Selena, probably not. She's just my best friend.
like whoever would be able to like understand that someone is reaching out to them about
Their extended warranty.
yeah, no, their satyr friend,
I'll try Rena to.
fawn friend. Sorry.
What the fuck did you just call me?
I have no idea what terms are. My brain just got blasted for a couple minutes. I'm gonna be real.
Okay, it's okay. Just know that satyr is a derogatory term used by old men whose wives got cucked by my kind.
I saw the span of reality for a moment there, focused around a town getting obliterated in the timelines.
Wait, did I never write my own intelligence stat?
Anyway, you could
Right.
probably start trying to reattune to that, Nick.
Okay.
Yeah. I hope it's not damaged. It looks okay, right? Yeah.
It should be fine. Just have to wait it about a day.
Yeah, I'm gonna just
fill it
put
off.
my pearl of power back on.
Crap, I never actually.
She's still looking at that one map and starting to panic.
So
I think my
what are you
intelligence
thinking?
was a 12
Let me in on your
13.
secrets, dear friend.
Okay, and I lay the map on the table. Steve, can we get the
Oh,
map
it's
of Shurthor,
12.
please?
Sure. So,
Sure.
It was 12. Okay.
Sure, Thor.
Yeah.
I can't see it.
Wait. Oh,
Nothingness.
New
Damn.
map.
Who dis?
Brand new map made by yours truly with Incarnate, ladies and gentlemen. Link
Save
is down
changes.
below. Made by Sandra, age 12.
Little man. Alright, hang on. Let me just. Ah, there we go.
Seriously?
Wow.
Lamar.
Okay, so here's my worry. Amon's house is here, and they're probably gonna come from the north. Stop that! And really,
Well, that's a lot. I didn't know you could draw that well, Sandra.
the only
Why are they dragons?
The only really warning system we have here is here. This is the tower. We built it after the bear attack.
Bears?
When I was 15, I shot a lot of bears.
Why?
Creatures.
The Shurthor bear attack? You didn't hear about this?
Oh, I thought
It was a
you were the
tragedy.
cause of- I thought you were the one that caused the bear attack.
It was a tragedy. No, it was some
Sorry.
arcane wizard that summoned a swarm of bears that for some reason made a straight beeline for Shurthor.
Okay, sorry.
More like a bear line.
I guess I never.
It was a
Never heard about that.
tragedy.
It was unbearable.
Out of character. I guess Nicholas really should know about the bear attack, but I was not told about the bear attack.
Out of
so-
character,
like-
this is my contractual obligation of when my characters are 15, they shoot a lot of bears for some reason. This is in a lot of my backstories.
Why do you hate bears?
I don't hate bears, I just shoot a lot of them.
Why?
Bosco doesn't appreciate that.
Bosco does
Bosco
not
finds
appreciate
this
that, but
Bosco will remember that.
Bosco disliked that just appears.
Bosco understands, okay? A bear eated my neighbor.
That doesn't mean it makes it okay. It's still gonna upset Bosco. Bosco's a bear. Bears aren't the smartest.
Yeah, that's why they all stampeded into Shurthor, and the hunting lodge had to step in and get rid of them. bear eated my neighbor, guys.
Possible.
Anyway.
So, map. It's a lot of... Okay, are they like dragons doodled on the edge of the map, or... Or is this just a POV of Sandra's
No,
brain?
they're just there to be ominous.
Out of character, it's like... they're like little miniature toy dragons.
Do you often think of dragons attacking Shurthor?
Who doesn't?
Dante raises his hand.
I mean, I usually think of the oncoming zombie incursion, but...
We've never had a major dragon problem. The only one, and it was the first one in a very long time, was... It was a young dragon. We had a large hunting party, and we all hunted it down and killed it. I had a panic attack in the middle of it, though.
I mean, to be fair, that's what you'd expect from, you know, dealing with a dragon. Dragons are pretty fearsome.
It's the first
Back
one
back where I
seen...
lived, we've had to take care of sea dragons that got a little too close.
It was the first one I had seen since my village was destroyed.
So
Yeah,
Shurthor has like an inner
understandably, it
wall?
would be upsetting.
Or what is this? Oh, is it like on a hill? What is
Yes,
this?
it's a hill.
Ah, okay. Defended hill. I see.
It's kind of like a stone wall cliff, almost.
Alright, give us a tour of your, place. Zach just cross-referencing this with the fucking burning village you kept seeing.
Let me pull up my Shurthor notes real quick. Since you asked. Where are they?
That bear is bigger than the Capitol building.
Yeah, it was a tragedy. It was truly unbearable.
Yes.
Found it.
The Great
Good
Bear
dad
Attack of
jokes.
42.
Good dad joke.
It's just a, what is it, like a carved out of wood bear that's just on the map.
Okay, so... This is the camping supply store. That's where I buy my gear. This right over here, it's the Midnight Grind. It's a coffee shop, which is actually secretly a front for the Thieves Guild. Yeah. I went there all the
coffee
time,
shop.
and they all became my friends, but... Yeah. Carpenter, the forge, this is the only real forge. I mean, there's the town hall, obviously. This right here, the Wild Wendigo, it's the only real inn. Oh! This right here, the Spicy Oak. They have the best beef stew in the Elflands. I swear to the goddess by it. Oh, it's so good. Selena lives here. This way down here, this is just an abandoned house in the middle of the woods. Don't think too hard about it.
Where's the
Sounds
river
like
we'd
it's
be
a
coming
haunted
along?
house.
The river?
Spoopy.
Oh,
Or-
the river is over here somewhere, and she puts her finger down on the table. We would probably come in along this road.
Right.
That's like this right around here. This is where all the traders set up. So, yeah, nobody told them to set up there, but it fell together that way.
What are the houses made out of? Just, I'm assuming... wood?
Wood, clay, stone. I need pictures of Sandra's house real quick. One sec. Marble.
Do you think we'd be up to be able to defend this from dragons, or... I mean, at least get the warning out, right?
I'm not gonna take it lying down.
Alright.
I don't care what it takes. I will not lose the only place I have left to call home.
Steve, how many dragons was it again that was attacking Wizard City at once?
You personally didn't see. Trying to remember what everyone's perception rolls were. It was hard to gauge because you only saw of the party members who looked. There were only those who could see those that were either flying really high up and were large enough to be seen. So there were likely some dragons in areas you could not see, dragons that were too small to be seen. But there were enough where in the location that you could see, there were like 3 or 4. Sandra, can you make a dragonology check?
What's a dragonology check?
Intelligence plus proficiency.
Intelligence plus proficiency, sure. I have a +0 in intelligence. Wait. Can I roll it with advantage because it's dragons?
Do you typically get advantage with dragon rolls?
Favored enemy, you get... I'm pulling up the exact wording just for you.
Mm-hmm.
Favored enemy... Alright, here it is. Advantage on wisdom checks to track it, as well as on intelligence checks to recall information about them.
Yeah, no, that definitely falls under what this is. Go for it. Advantage.
Awesome. Okay, H plus proficiency.
Alright.
Natural 20.
So, Sandra, you know that a big thing with dragons, they're attracted to wealth. Wizard City, when you can see Wizard City, you know it is a big, standout area coated with wealth. And there were a bunch of dragons there. It's very prominent. Of the surrounding area with Wizard City, currently there's not much, and dragons can sense that there's like wealth in the Dwarven lands, but it's on the other side of a mountain. So likely they're attracted to the Dwarven lands, see Wizard City, it's a hot spot, and then, you know, it's fucking Wizard City. That in mind, you know, Shurthor's not a very wealthy, extravagant city. So, like, sure, dragons are attacking a lot of places. Kind of weird Riverside got hit, but also Riverside was fairly close to Wizard City, so, you know. Shurthor's probably not that big of a target. You're like, thinking about it? If you're going to see wizards, it's definitely going to be Elvania or Kalthus.
What the fuck is Kalthus?
The place that's to the south of Shurthor. On a little map here.
Kaltheus, okay. What?
Yeah.
How did I forget about Kaltheus?
You're too busy looking at Shurthor.
Nobody goes to Kaltheus, though.
I'm not gonna say anything about that.
They live on the southern coast. Nobody likes the southerners.
You're just gonna make a plot point out of it.
You get it.
So, regardless, yeah, you're hyping yourself up that Shurthor is going to be attacked. Like, you didn't really ask for very much specifics with the type of attacks that are hitting Shurthor. It is, like, if Shurthor is going to be attacked, probably it is going to be a wormling or a young dragon that strayed from the path. and you also recall two things. One, the gold dragon was, in the information that was told to you, they were exhibiting very little signs of the dragon insanity, and also the older dragons, adult and ancient dragons, they are more resistant. So right now, if Shurthor is going to be attacked by an insane dragon, there's a good chance it's going to be a young dragon or younger. They're still dangerous, don't get me wrong. They can still mess up Shurthor. But right now, Shurthor, probably not a big target. A lot of them went for Wizard City and kept getting swatted out of the air, and they didn't stop. Some of those dragons, when you think about it, not all dragons are really stupid. Those are typically the white dragons.
White dragons
There were
are
multiple
stupid?
colors of dragons. Oh, white dragons are very stupid.
Wow, that's racist.
That's their etymology. They are hunters.
But you know what?
They-
I'm gonna roll with it because we need to be more racist towards whiteys.
Alright, anyway.
I said that on the video, and I don't regret it.
So, with that, if that is anything to qualm your fears,
Not really.
so what would the party like to do?
10-4, showing you as scared.
Well, alright, was there anything else that the party wanted to do?
Actually, yes.
I was
God,
gonna,
can I get the boat map,
type
please?
it in chat. Dante's doing his own thing.
Actually, yes. Can I get the boat map, please?
Yeah, hang on, let me see if I can, what's that, configure, oh, hang on, is it, trying to,
Zach, what the heck is that?
There
Slender
we go.
Man.
Just my reaction to the fucking
Slender
statement you
Man!
made about the dragon's racism. Just why?
Well, you know, Whitey's gotta pay.
Why?
Put that pin in his baby hands.
alright,
Whitey's gotta pay.
So what do we got on the agenda?
Okay,
please?
okay. Pull. Zach, are you good?
That's making assumptions.
I feel okay.
Nicholas, do you have any glass vials or anything? Do we have any glass vials or something?
you literally just dumped out a bunch of holy water, so yes.
Sure, fine. Zach, come with me. We are solving a mystery.
Okay, a mystery of what?
Sandra takes them by the arm and we go down into the hole.
Where?
So it just starts
Okay.
scooping some of the black gunk out of.
You got gloves?
Yes. Let's go with
You got
this
sterile gloves.
one. We're going with this one. Gotta scoop it all into a glass vial.
Alright then, I'm just gonna get some rags from the kitchen and whatnot. We don't fucking... Oh wait, the stairs are up closer.
We're not gonna fucking drink it. Ew, gross.
Just gonna get some sundries for cleaning and cutting open shit. Maybe use some of the more damaged supply
Sandra
stuff.
already has a dagger out.
So just want us to put dragon gunk into the vials?
Just one. Your part actually comes later, actually.
Just dump the stuff next to you then on this... near the pillar or whatever.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
do you need me to
well-
help you with the dragons, or...?
I will go ahead and extract the black stuff.
Can I get, because it is a dragon-related check, you will get advantage.
Yes.
Make a medicine check
Medicine check with advantage.
to do surgery.
Actually,
Zach's just gonna go talk to Nick about magic.
Why did they land on top of each other?
Wow. You mess up one of the. So, okay, important question. Which dragon body are you doing this to?
This one. Actually,
Okay,
you know what?
cool.
No, this one's already more messed up.
Alright, cool. So you cut them open, get all up in there. This dragon skull obliterated. It's unsalvageable at this point, brains and everything. But you get like a lot less than you were hoping. It's mostly all over the deck and your arms and your knife and the sides of the vial. But you get like a chunk into the vial. Like, how much were you trying to get?
Half to full.
All right, you get half.
All right, cool. I clean myself up and go find Zach again because they wandered off.
Yeah, in the meantime, Zach's just been fucking. Please. How to into book. Book is introductory, but also magic hard.
Oh,
But yeah, hello.
okay. I'll help you learn some Arcana, Zach.
Yeah. I guess. Yeah, and then Sandra's.
And I hand the vial to Zach.
What?
I need you to call Arcanist Xanthus the Ascended.
Oh. About the dragon goop?
See if she knows anything. I have a feeling
come
that she might be able to help with this.
Gotta put her on a speaker full act.
Please.
Just gonna tap on it.
This is why I told you to grab the Xanthus notes.
Like, yeah, hello, Arcanist Xanthus the Ascended, you available currently? What time is it?
It's pretty late in the day right now, but
Surely the undead don't need, or maybe they need sleep. Maybe witches need sleep.
She's not undead anymore. Didn't she get a clone body?
She's also a lich, though.
Potato. Just
you request into the phylactery for Arcanist Xanthus the Ascended.
There is
And-
something fucked up going on with the dragons. Let's just get down there in front of the dragons, and she might as well get a look-see with the vials and the dragon bodies. They're a bit fucked anyway.
okay.
Zach's just gonna go back down
sure.
and mosey on downwards, wave everyone to follow.
Sure.
As we're waiting for the response.
Can you, for me, Zach, make a... Yeah, I'm looking for it. Where is... there it is. Make a wisdom save for me.
Alright.
A save? Oh boy.
Bae.
Alright. As...
Honk.
So you attempt...
Should
you
I
reach
select
out...
last of this?
No.
Alright.
Long since worn off. So you reach out and like you're kind of standing there and you've made contact. You got them and
Got the vial. Dragons.
like she made the verbal at you to like you have my attention. What's going on? And then there's just silence. And then suddenly in front of you, a rift opens, and stepping out, you see a 6'1", very slender high elf. A woman with flowing hair and very intricate robes, adorned with various pieces of jewelry just absolutely covered in runes. You can see along her neck are sigils that lightly glow, and her eyes, as she looks forward, they seem to glow as well. and she just takes stock of everything. And Zach, you absolutely know this is the physical form of Arcanist Xanthus the Ascended.
Yeah, I was guessing that. It's like, huh. Alright.
She
So
You certainly
looks
know
at
how to make an
these.
entry.
She turns and looks at Zach.
gives a
You've been
thumbs up.
doing work.
Yeah, dragons, they seem to be having some issues these days. Something about some kind of weird disease, and the culprit behind it, if we mention their name, resulted in that one, Zack points to the gold dragon's corpse, having their head explode via the minion shooting him with poison. Or shooting him with an arrow and killing him instantly.
Yeah, I kind of have a connection to He Who Shall Not Be Named, and I kind of wiggled my glowing arm a little bit.
She looks at your arm, Sandra, and then looks to the gold dragon and just like unflinching in personality. Arcanist Xanthus the Ascended just says, Singar, that one, still around.
You know
And-
him?
Who doesn't? She cocks her head slightly and analyzing the gold dragon. Interesting. Someone's already picked over this one a bit, but she raises a hand and the body of the dragon starts to rise as if a bit of effort is being put into the legs so it rises itself. And with a flipping of her hand and pulling back of her middle finger, a seam opens in the dragon's chest. It opens up, and you can just hear the cracking of the rib cage opening like a two-part door, and the heart of the gold dragon floats out. It hovers above her hand, and then she closes her hand underneath it, and it just, everyone hears an audible pop, and the heart disappears. That will be useful for later.
What are you
Thank you.
thinking?
I'm just thinking that I got a very valuable reagent.
You're
So,
welcome.
you had a problem with these dragons.
We
Hey.
believe it has something to do with this, and I pass her the vial of goop.
Seems to be some kind of disease going around with the dragons, causing them to
And it's
lose
in
their
all
senses.
of them.
The good aligned ones seem to be affected a lot slower, but definitely a catastrophe upon dragons and thus the world. To a degree, really.
So,
People don't want their houses being dragoned.
as Sandra, you hold out the vial
Left arm.
and once again opening the hand and making slight movements with the fingers. The vial lifts from your hand and it floats over, and Arcanist Xanthus just looking at it intently as it slowly rotates. I'm going to have to do a bit more to get this identified. This is your ship, is it not?
Correct.
Where is a location where I'm able to conduct a ritual?
I think up on deck might work.
Do you need space or do you need supplies?
A table would suffice.
Oh,
Oh,
we got a
okay.
table upstairs.
Yeah, just guide her or just towards the dining hall, which has a basin which could be removed, and the 2 tables.
As
This is the larger tables available to us.
as the two of you begin walking, you can just see her feet lift off the ground, and she starts floating behind you. And she floats up, still having to kind of duck underneath the stairway to make sure she doesn't bop her head. But she floats up to the table, and Nicholas, you see a very fanciful and well adorned with magical accoutrement elven woman who you automatically clock. This is a high elf. This is someone extremely fancy, and like, if they were to come into the library, VIP treatment for sure. With legitimately, even with all of your arcane knowledge, Nicholas, this individual is like, some of the magic things that they have on them you're unable to identify freely without the identify spell. They float over the vial of ichor, set it down on the table, and they cock an eyebrow at the at the font, and just like flick a finger, and it slides all the way across to the other side of the table.
Yeah, Zach's just gonna move that to the other table.
Sorry, we have a lot going on right now. Oh,
I noticed.
Dante, this is Arcanist Xanthus the Ascended. You weren't
Yup,
with us
that's our,
when
benefactor.
she
One of
was
them.
around.
I see, but I can tell we have some gorgeous high society on board.
Some know how to respect, appreciate it. Right.
I just sit down.
Just muted honk. Zach is very in awe.
I just sit down.
So Xanthus, reaching into the sleeve of one of her robes, pulls out a chest and flips it open, and on the ground appearing is a chest that it appears to be full of just a scattering of items that are definitely worth a ridiculous amount of money. She pulls out what looks to be a large amount of incense, some ivory strips, and what looks to be fine material that it seems to be some sort of arcane charged powder from what Nicholas can identify. And on the table, she sets the strips in a manner where it makes a cornerless box around the vial, and then beginning to mark out, drawing a circle around all of it, putting runes where the corners should be, and laying the incense down. She lights the incense and begins channeling magic into this. And after a bit, some arcane words being said that start flickering the lights. You feel the ship
No, this one.
cease movement
Yes.
as a very obvious, powerful magic takes hold. She silences for a second. You can see very lightly, Sandra, you're able to pick up on this. Her eyeballs are moving beneath her closed eyelids, almost as if reading, analyzing something.
Like REM
She's
sleep.
thinking. Yes.
Okay.
And Nicholas, you can go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Wait, do I have the band back?
Yeah, I'll say enough time has passed with the fuckery that's been going around. You can go ahead and get your...
You said Arcana checks are plus 12 again.
Yep. Nicholas, you're easily able to pick up on this. She just cast the spell Legend Lore. The Legend Lore is able to give information, a brief summary of significant lore regarding an object. And she's analyzing this. It is... Apparently there's a lot behind this. And finally she opens her eyes. This is not good. I need to move forward. My work. This is one thing I was attempting to prevent. The end is coming.
Is there anything you'd like us to do for you?
Well, do you know how to return someone from out of existence?
Return someone from out of existence, like from a different plane?
No. They stopped existing.
Like
No one can recall their name. No one
Hmm.
can recall who they are, what they've done. They stopped existing. We just know that the one who led us, they existed at some point, but they do not now. The amount of magic used is beyond that of the myth wish spell.
Oh,
Hmm.
theory.
Any tasks more on our level that we could assist with?
What did
Or
this
keep an eye out for you?
What did this person do?
That's
What part of they don't exist do you not
Oh.
understand?
so she doesn't even know what they did. She
Just
knows
that they were important.
Yeah, and they were erased.
Hmm.
Okay.
So just they existed, and that's all she knows. No name, no
Well,
story.
like Zach said,
Yeah.
anything we can do that's on our level?
We seem to be very good at attracting strangely important details.
We
out
put
of
down an
reality.
Illithid uprising.
Yeah, the Illithids, the dragons. For some reason, the gold dragons seem convinced that we'd be important for this. We had a
Hang
funnel
on.
cake animate itself. Honk.
What? This one was just to ask questions of both the funnel cake and the dragon, but the dragon is more important.
Yes.
A golden dragon, assumably the one down there,
Yes.
Mhm.
approached and told you were important.
Honks.
Uh-huh.
Arcanists and Xanthus, the Ascended, walks over to you, Zach, holds out her hand. May I borrow the phylactery again?
Sure. Just gonna pass that over.
As you put the phylactery in her hand and let go of it, she then takes the phylactery and shoves it into Zach's heart. Everyone else hears the cracking of bone and her eyes alight as the phylactery starts glowing. And Nicholas, make another Arcana check.
Sandra kind of stands up, doesn't draw a
Can
weapon.
Zach
but...
also make an Arcana check?
Yeah, you can go ahead and make an Arcana check, Zach.
Fucking rudimentary ass
Jeez.
learning.
Actually, Zach, make a. I'm trying to.
Con save?
The undead knowledge.
Yeah, I'm gonna say stuff relating to undead knowledge. Go ahead and
Yeah,
make a
it's
roll with that.
advantage is what I'd normally get from that, but
Yeah, make Arcana check with advantage then.
alright. Zach's vague ass.
Yo. So, so Nicholas, the amount of magic that is in the air is palpable to the point you don't need to cast detect magic to feel this magic. Arcanist Xanthus the Ascended is extremely powerful as an arcane caster. Their title says that. Zach, you know that the essence of a being is held within their heart and soul, and if you are able to reach in and feel that, you are able to get a reading. Her eyes, when she looks at you, it is not the intent to kill. She wants to know what she is attempting to ascertain if there's something linked to your soul itself.
She is looking through Zach's character sheet and seeing the fucking
And
crazy clownland feet.
so, Nicholas and Zach, you are immediately able to pick up, despite this is absolutely horrifying. She just stabbed Zach in the heart
Zach's
with
pretty alright
a
with that.
phylactery. Zach, how
Having
much
picked
HP?
up on that, it's like
Zach, go ahead and you now have 5 HP. Just
Cool.
remove everything,
Spam,
all of your
70
other HP.
minus 70 HP.
Why does
Yeah,
But still fully trusting in this. Because like, oh, she just wants to read my soul. Alright, I mean, she gave me the phylactery to begin with. That's cool.
and
Instantly goes down to 5. Like, almost limp
you-
fucking clown.
you feel a pulling in your very essence, and it to you it feels like a really long time. To everyone else, it still kind of feels like a really long time. And she then pulls the phylactery out, and immediately a red is just blossoming from your chest, and you see her do some arcane symbols and place her hand upon your chest, and it stops the bleeding, and you receive 30 temporary hit points. This is the best she can do. She's not a healer.
Nice.
So it is enough to stop the bleeding, but you currently have a hole in your chest that like starts to somewhat seal itself, and you feel a weird crack of something kind of going in place. Nicholas would definitely be better at this. She turns and looks to the rest of the party. She doesn't look super happy, but she doesn't look super mad.
As she looks at Sandra, Sandra throws up.
Zach's just gonna just
Holy
like
crap.
gingerly ask, so what you see? What you see in there?
Still holding the phylactery in her hand, your blood running down it, she exhales. Well, you are, in fact, chosen heroes.
Huh.
You, just immediately turning and glaring at Zach,
Honk.
have so much tied to you. What did you do? Never mind. It, when you
Zach
look
continues looking
into
with a dopey face.
when you look into someone's soul and essence, one does not expect to immediately after seeing they are one destined to change so much fate of the world, maybe the multiverse, and then immediately have the very essence of one's own soul looking upon another have a pie shoved into your face.
That sounds about right.
I absolutely hate that is your sentiment.
Just by the by, is the demon still got a good tie in there? Could stake hold of my soul, or
Yes.
there's also a hag.
What?
I think she just gave that for free.
Wait, what about the knight?
Oh yeah, the knight. No, he gave that to me permanently.
Or
I'm pretty
the.
sure.
Wait, no, that was something else.
How many things have you merged in there?
I think about 4.
He's got a very crowded head.
If you want me to still use the phylactery, that'd be about 5, I think. No, or maybe the 4.
Arcanists Xanthus the Ascended turns towards Nicholas, still holding the bloody phylactery, and just like half extends it. Would you want to hold this instead?
Onk.
If you want, I can hold it.
I mean, I am giving you front row seats to the fuckery that we're gonna go through, and I seem to be quite fortunate in the wildest of ways.
Well,
I mean, I did get Orzer
we-
after all.
we did have a deal. And she hands you the phylactery covered in your own blood.
Onk. Zach will just sort of attempt to just mildly. How big is the hole in the chest still?
It's like healed over, but there's like kind of a divot there. It's like a half-inch deep divot that's in between some of the ribs that you're sure that Nicholas can probably fix with a high enough level spell, but it as of right now, like first, both Dante and Sandra, you know, this crystal, it's a fairly large crystal. It's not necessarily sharp, and it should not, with her twiggy arms, she should not have been able to stab them in the chest. But,
Magic
yeah,
maybe
that
like
Dante chalks
happened.
that shit up to magic, so.
Yep, that is very adamant.
I guess I'll just make a string,
Hold
remake it into a necklace again instead of just trying to shove it in the hole. Yeah.
Right.
So the idealistic dragon was right, and we're chosen or something.
This moves. Timelines. She turns and looks at you, Zach. Would you, with all of that knowledge, find my boss? Find the one who I was partnered with?
Okay, so before we go forward with this, I have to let you know that every time I do this, I seem to, as you've seen prior, go into this whole convulsions, some temporary brain damage, etc. And it seems to go a bit further and further.
Again, Zach?
Hmm?
Should I cast Bless again, or are you okay without?
I'm just letting her know first, and it gets a bit more difficult with the trickier the question is, especially as we learned recently with the questions of a more futuristic angle of what could be or what could not be.
Yeah, but you only came out of that with a nosebleed, so...
Yeah, I feel like that's because I did a bit better at holding it in, but
I mean, I think the
I think
band took the rest.
To ask for something that no longer exists may require a lot in remedial action for my psyche.
I don't. Okay.
If you got something for that.
I normally hate it when you delve into that infinite well, but we might need this.
Well,
I
Zach's
will
just
bring
gonna
you
stare the Lich in the eyes, just like, I mean, I'm down for it if you fucking help, but...
oh, I have Intellect Fortress. It will certainly make it easier.
Okay, do you think that'd work with Blastnik?
Probably
It will.
Right.
Okay, answer that.
Maybe I won't put on your band of
just in case
intellect,
Dante
since
like
that's probably gonna
races
explode this
behind
time.
Nick.
All right.
Zach.
Sure. Zach is gonna
Dante's just
assume
ready
the
just in case he
position.
needs to catch Zach.
So, how should I think about this? Who was your boss, or it seems to work better if I have a concrete question I'm asking of the world, the intelligence.
Yes. Who was my boss, and how do we bring them back?
Okay. Right. Zach is going to wait for the Intellect Fortress / Bless to be bestowed.
Yeah, she casts that on you.
Nick? Yeah?
Yeah, I casted it.
Alright. Yeah, it's the... Who was Arcanist Xanthus the Ascended's boss, and how can he be brought back? Zach will focus on the intelligence that should not be there, that should never have been there, and see what he can delve.
So
See what
Intellect
they can delve out of
Fortress gives you advantage on the save. So advantage plus the D4.
Alright. And that's intelligence save. 1d4 with advantage. Go. Oh, hey, an 18 for one. Something above a 15.
Alright.
So you delve, and you begin seeing snippets of history where it goes back and back and back, and you're seeing Arcanist Xanthus the Ascended, but you see her before. You see with those arcane marks that are on her neck, they're not present at that time. And as you're looking upon this memory, there's just this blur there. And you see so many times, time skipping forward and forward and forward. And one thing that you see is when Arcanist Xanthus the Ascended became a Lich, she was fighting alongside this individual, and you see the Death Knight there as well. And one thing that... Make a history check for me.
Is the Death Knight the individual, or also besides them?
We've met the Death Knight.
The Death Knight...
Oh, that's right, literally the Death Knight, never mind. So, which one do you say, history check?
Yes, make a history check for me.
History is also intelligence. Oh, that's what you said, check, so Intellect Fortress for saves, right?
It's, yeah, only for saves.
Alright,
and,
normal then.
Yep.
History.
And if I recall the so the thing that you're catching is there's a huge amount of magic being thrown around, and you see dragons fighting, and you notice that there appears to be the Order of Iron present, and she is summoning a meteor swarm against the Order of Iron. And the Death Knight you see just in the background flying on this large piece of land that is being hurled at the Order of Iron. and it's just this strange event, and time continues moving forward and forward, and it seems to, you just have that feeling of, it's now less relevant of Arcanists Xanthras moving forward, and the string of events of who Arcanists the Ascended was interacting with, they were certainly important in her history and the events that occurred, but you do not get anything as to who they were and as to how to return them. The only thing, can you make, I'm gonna say make an Arcana check.
A good thing Zach's been studying that one. Oh, hey, damn. Another actually good roll.
So, you see once again, there are floating land masses, and you just see a glowing shard. And it changes, and you see a collection of scrolls in a room. And this room, it looks familiar. There are shelves, there are tables that have rating implements on them. In the corner, tucked away, with scorch marks overlaying
Oh no.
wards, there is what looks to be a display case that has a tattered scroll in it. And then you snap back.
Was that the room we blew up?
Which one?
I thought you had to specify scary.
The one we blew up in the dungeon.
I don't know, was it?
Yeah, we're talking about the dungeon and
Yeah, the one when we were all down there with Orbit, and then the fuckery. Is that the Zach? Did it look like the same dungeon to Zach, or the same room?
You can't recall, you didn't roll well enough.
Hmm. So how is Zach doing?
So you still have that, like, mental exhaustion, especially now that you did it a second time. Like,
Yep.
the spell and the bless and just all of it. Like, you need a nap and to not have any, like, mental labor. Like, the worst mental labor you can have during the day is, like, what are you going to eat? Where do you need to walk in the next couple of hours? And, like, the most complex puzzle for you is fitting the blocks in the right-sized hole. Like,
Yeah.
It goes in the square hole.
No.
the square hole. Arcanists Xanthras the Ascended looks at you expectantly.
I definitely saw some stuff. My head hurts.
Where are the answers?
I saw you. I saw your history with someone.
Yes, and who were they?
I don't know. I saw scrolls in a room. a scorched corner, and a scroll that was ripped or tattered.
And do you know where this room is?
No, but it seems familiar, and I really don't want it to be the one I think of, but I would have to go back there just to double check.
Where is the one that you think of?
Zach just rubs their head. It's inside.
There was that place where you burned up all the books.
And I
Core
ransacked the it was the Corlath dungeon.
Yeah, the one where you knocked shit over and things got damaged.
You can see she furrows her brow like you just said something that is the dumbest shit ever. And then she takes a second to think, and she's like, it has changed over the years.
The only way for
This is a
me to
place I
know
have
is if
to
I
look.
see it again, because I can't recall quite what it looked like.
I'll be sending my minions around to have a look, and if you don't mind, I'll also be borrowing those dragons.
Hopefully Daenerys okay with that.
Just gonna Zach's just gonna guess she's not in the mood to bargain.
So,
Sandra has
Yeah.
no objections.
we may
I don't think I
have-
can stop you right now. My head fucking hurts.
you wouldn't be able to if you tried it. So, if there wasn't anything else you needed from me,
Slapping their face. Shit, what's the name of the necromancer friend that the mayor has? Sandra, you remember, right? What's her name? Zach is not gonna try to memory recall this one.
The really pale elf.
Yeah, the really pale elf. Her name is like Siem. It's something with an S. The C.
Saval.
Saval, right? Right. Anyway, looks to be another lich, aspirant. Made some kind of deal with our boat captain about wanting a phylactery to study.
right? And
I didn't agree to anything on that one aside from if we found one, which I'm not gonna give yours, obviously.
right. And where are they?
They're in the wizard tower, right?
The Undercity.
Yeah.
The wizard tower.
Right.
You know any
Wizard
other
Tower Undercity.
Do you know any other liches that could like nab one off? Or something?
Absolutely not. I've been locked away for 300 years.
Dang.
Last time, So,
Zach's gonna pop some candy to their mouth from their pocket. Just
Wizard Tower?
yeah, there's like a secret underneath the Wizard's Tower city place.
You legitimately see she's not picking up on what you're referencing. Wizard Tower, Wizard City.
Maybe it's
Sandra
new,
pulls
maybe it's
out a
The
map
Undercity
of.
that's hidden within rocks.
Sandra pulls out a map of Adia and points here. This is Wizard City. And
Oh. Arcania, the one named after the other one.
Just whispering
Right.
to Sandra. Is it actually called?
yes, it's actually called that, but most people just call it Wizard City.
Right.
Arcania
Well-
is the old name, which I guess would be easier
but I've
for
only
you.
ever seen Wizard City merchandise.
Because you never go to Magic Hat.
You didn't go to the gift
I
shop.
would love to see that place absolutely decimated, but
The dragons are trying.
well, that's one thing that we have in common. Unfortunately, that's about where the end of the Alliance is. Because these dragons are trying to end the world.
That sounds about right. Do you want to?
Sounds bad.
Do you want to risk knowing about the name of the dragon whose minion instantly killed the gold dragon?
She
'cause we
already
told them
knows
their
him,
name?
and actually,
Oh,
I
you-
was gonna
oh.
ask about that.
Oh wait, so what she said was actually his name? I thought it was just
Yeah.
the title.
My sister said it too when she was briefly here.
Blank stare.
So, you are not familiar with the Dragon War, are you?
Nope.
Am I?
I just know about helping out necromancers apparently a lot. 'Cause it's
Sandra,
cool.
you rolled last time for it, Sandra, and no, Sandra does not know.
I thought that was the
Uh,
Dragon Throne. This is the Dragon War.
Yes, they are directly tied.
Okay.
So, Xanthras looks at you, Sandra.
I step
So-
forward.
Snack is gonna sit back and sit in the chair. Some shit.
Singar, the Lord of Cinder, is that fool that calls himself that.
Can you heal me?
They likely
Sure, Zach.
are vying for the Dragon Throne, which the War of the Dragons has been going on for before the event that you lot have been calling the Fracture. So, the Dragon Throne, should any lord ascend,
I
they
used
would become
Cure Wounds level 4 on Zach.
they would become the king of the dragons. And one may think that the title is a self-imposed. What's the more appropriate term for it? A title of arrogance that shows all how truly self-involved they are. It is not just that. Of all of the colors of dragons, the one that rises to the top becomes the lord of their domain. The lord of the red dragons, Singar, the Lord of Cinders, has been the Lord of Cinders for many, many years. There was the Lord of Light, the Lord of the Ice, the Lord of Darkness, and many other titles that more or less are very obvious when you hear them, which dragon they are. Assumedly, no one would have any idea of this here because the dragons do not want others to know. No one truly knows what allows them to rise up to the rank of Lord, but it is a fact that there is only one Dragon Lord at a time for each of the colors, and should they ascend the throne and become the king, they grow immensely powerful. The step between the Dragon Lord and a regular dragon, even if it is an ancient dragon, that is a step beyond. That
So wait, does that mean there's a Lord of Knowledge? Sorry.
not that this one knows, as no dragon is known for just using knowledge, like a knowledge breath. It's typically tied to the breath weapon that they wield. So,
Okay, that makes more sense.
the Lord of Light, that being the Gold Dragon, it's slightly different, as they are, in fact, the Gold Dragon. But all of the other dragons, one does not share that they are a lord freely, as if the other dragons are able to track them down and kill them, it is not automatically bestowed upon the second most powerful. They must earn the title. They must earn the respect of the other dragons, and ascending to a lord of your domain, it is something that is an accomplishment in itself. And should you take down the other lords and go to the throne, typically, though in recorded history that we know of, it has never happened, the age prior to the one you know as the age pre-fracture, that was a domain ruled over by a draconic king that the previous heroes had to band together to fight. They were successful, and it opened the new age, the age that you call pre-fracture. Now, it doesn't make much sense how it went from, the age of dragon to post-fracture, and now well, pre-fracture, and then it's post-fracture. So things get lost in history, and calendars change, so the different ages, it doesn't very much add up, especially when things are lost to history. So people not knowing this, it isn't very much surprising to those of this era knowing things pre-fracture, post-fracture, comparatively to ages of myth that many, many years ago, when I was a young high elf, one who still had that lack of lichdom, none touched by necromantic magic. In those times, some wanted to cause a great event to be the name for the next age. Well, it didn't exactly happen now, did it? Regardless, the Lord of Cinders, should they take the throne, you would at least know what the problem is. And hopefully, they would be able to stop the other problem that is coming. But that's something we'll find out.
Okay.
If we're able to bring back the one who led myself and my ally, especially with the rival out of the picture, then easy enough, we would be able to take down something that threatens everything. Whether it be the Lord of Cinders, the King of the Draconics, or otherwise. What I do remember is that I was following someone. And for someone to be worthy of me being the follower, that is something beyond. So if you are able to find anything, Zach, then tell me as soon as you are able.
Gives a thumbs up. They are still in pain. We'll try. I think that's all the questions I have. Anyone else? Do you mind if I
Yeah,
fall
actually.
unconscious?
This might be a bit forward, but... How do I kill him?
Oh yeah, I gave you a
Well.
challenge.
Bold of you to assume that you would be able to kill. From what this one has seen, you've at least grown.
I don't care what it takes. He has my family.
Well, how do you feel about killing a hero, one revered by the elves?
Sack perks up.
What?
Who?
The Dragoon.
Do I know this name?
Make a history check. It's a low DC. You and Nicholas can both roll.
Grew up in the Elflands.
Zach has
Yep.
no clue. It was not
Does that
undead.
mean I
It
have
was
an
not
advantage
demons.
on it, since that would be...
The DC is super low. Just yeah.
Zach fails by
Okay.
default.
Okay.
It's not a special interest.
So it's a history check, right?
Yes.
21.
That's right. That's my second highest stat, which is
9
also
plus 10.
12.
So yeah. Both of you hear kill the Dragoon. The Dragoon is they are a known legend. The Dragoon is the elven dragon hunter that wields the Dragoon lance. And it legitimately, like, dragons don't come around terribly often. So it is like, you've never seen them, you've never heard of them, like heard of anyone interacting directly with them. You just know that if ever a dragon appear near Elvania or in the Elven lands, the Dragoon would be summoned. And you've heard ridiculous stories. Like, the Dragoon is able to leap up to 300 feet into the air. The Dragoon can throw their spear, and by the time it hits the enemy, they're already wielding it and spinning through them. The Dragoon has managed to take out the wings of a flying dragon while throwing the spear, and then as the dragon crashes into the ground, they land upon the dragon using the spear like a spike on a meteor. Like, these are, like, the it's within the realm of, like, sure, the person's probably really good, but that's probably some bullshit mixed in there. Now that you think about it, the Dragoon, if the Dragoon is around, they would certainly be, like, this would be the time that people would see the Dragoon. Like, sure, Elvania had Dragon Lancers, and so legitimately there are some Wyvern-mounted aerial fighters, but, like, the Dragoon is, like, it's said that they were a person who has the heart of a dragon and a spear that lusts for the blood of the Draconic, and if no one would dare attempt to fight them, because they are someone who casually goes out and fells ancient dragons. So it not only is Arcanists Xanthus the Ascended essentially telling you, hey, go kill the childhood legendary hero you've had your entire life. They might not exist, but they probably exist, and they'll probably kick your ass. But do it. That is what she said when it's just like, hey, how do you kill it? How do you feel about killing the Dragoon?
Zach's what the fuck is what's going on? So Zach asks, just like, is that some kind of dragon minion?
No,
Dragoon?
he's the ultimate dragon slayer. Also, is there maybe another way?
I mean,
Maybe
Do
something with my arm, perhaps? Turn his own power against him or something?
Dragon Slayer seems easier than the Lord of Cinders, at least.
uh,
How bad
you-
could it be?
I don't really want to do it. though.
Sandra, as you hold out your firearm, Xanthos just kind of chuckles. The Lord of Cinders would be healed by fire.
That's what I'm saying. Why'd he give me a firearm if I'm supposed to fight him?
As a test to increase your skill, your proficiency, make you better at fighting in general by giving you a boon so that you're able to become more powerful, to be a more formidable challenge, and then they're going to stomp you and laugh at your corpse. That's what I would do.
Well, how do I
Well-
stop that from happening?
Which part? I could cut off your arm. That'll then, stop the fire part, but that's probably not what you're looking for.
No,
I mean, Samara
I'm
could make
looking
a
to get my
replacement.
family back.
Well,
Oh
if
yeah,
you
I mean,
another choice is figuring out chronomancy, going back in time to the fracture, and speaking to my boss who is written out of history, and they would probably be able to wish you something that would be more helpful, or mayhaps just asking them to take care of it for you, wish your family to you, and then kill him. How good are you with chronomancy?
Never heard of it?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay, well, can you at least point me in the right direction?
Well, there are a number of options.
could keep looking into finding out whoever he was.
Well, I guess first we need to start at the root of the issue. Do you need to kill the Lord of Cinders? She motions directly at you, Sandra.
I think I do. But I have no intention of doing it alone.
Right. Getting allies would be beneficial. Killing the Dragoon would certainly allow a bit more of leverage. I just don't want the Dragoon to be around anymore. That if they're able to do the things out of the legends, then certainly I don't want to have to bother with it.
So what does the Dragoon being dead do with the dragon problem?
I'm gonna stop you right there. We're not killing
Doesn't
the
he like
Dragoon.
fight dragons? Don't we want him to keep killing dragons?
Yeah, I'm gonna stop you right there. We're not killing the
What-
Dragoon.
Well, yes, but I'm sure that I could probably put a dragon part in one of you or one of my other minions, and then give them the Dragoon Spear, and then I will have the Dragoon under my control.
I mean, I do use a spear.
We're not
We're
killing the
already most of the way
Dragoon.
there.
Okay,
Enough
but
of that
like,
attitude.
just, I mean, it's on the table. I mean,
It's
we don't
not.
have to. Okay, but let's say he died somehow without our interference. Can we just get the spear then?
Okay, that's fair game.
Okay, I'm just
mean-
gonna keep that locked away mentally.
Like, if he gets slain by old Sindar, then that's fair game.
Zach's just gonna wink at the fucking lich.
He gives you that knowing look of like, you already both have the silent agreement. If the dragoon falls, you're the next dragoon. Just get that spear. So
Like, he has to absorb more bullshit into Zach.
oh yeah, she's
Let's
all for
fucking
that.
go.
Zach is gonna have so many people in his head. That's
Essentially,
The clown Katamari continues.
you are
Calamari.
you are a warrior of light as well. Keep that in mind.
Yep.
So, Arcanists Xanthros the Ascended looks back at you, Sandra, and right.
I was just imagining the calamari theme, but it's just hawk noises.
She looks at Sandra. So, depending, the Lord of Cinder. Singar sounds like a very personal issue that, sure, they have a family, but maybe you should sideline that and focus on returning my boss so that the world isn't completely destroyed.
And for that, we need Zach to figure out who he is.
Yes.
Okay.
So, until then, I have no idea what all of you are doing. I'm assuming you're going... Nope, I have no idea where you are.
Wrapping up loose ends, and then we're gonna...
Just gonna vaguely point on the map to where Riverside was, and then just sort of drag that to Shirathor. I think we're here, going to, small town where...
We're wrapping up loose ends, and then we're gonna...
Zach will let
There's-
Xander take it for this one.
What are some of these names? These are...
Didn't I go over them with you?
No,
Yeah, yes, but, like... Certainly, it's just... I'm getting another look at them, and so many things have changed, and it's amazing what being locked in a basement for 300 years does.
You'll
I
get
think
the
you
hang
could
of
probably
things
buy them
eventually.
cheaply from the Undercity?
What,
What?
maps? No, maps
Yeah.
are not
Maps.
illegal.
I know, but I don't know. It feels like
you could
about
go to a
right if you're trying to-
cartographer and get maps.
And I suppose, yeah, some small town that has maps to get some more new... Catch up on what's changed in since 800 years? I think.
Eh,
Yeah.
you lose track of time after the century or two pass.
Well, as you take the time, you'll get the hang of how things are now.
Right. Well,
Punk. So, was that a no on giving what's-her-face, the wannabe lich, one of your tinier phylacteries?
why would I provide a phylactery to some fool who can't decipher the secrets of life and death? Of course not.
Would
I'm
they
planning
be
on
able to do
killing them
anything?
later anyway. If you could kill them for me, that would be great.
I'll have to discuss that with my captain.
Don't speak about the other. Don't bring this up with the other one because they'll obviously
yeah,
be
obviously.
opposed to it.
Yeah. Just, what could they even do with it aside from, like, the breaking it, obviously?
If they figure out the secrets of lichcraft, then that's another lich in the realm, and liches are extremely dangerous. If they choose to compete against me, then that's such an unmanageable problem. The secrets in life and death should be guarded. If they manage to figure it out, hopefully the realm of idiocy that is above them manages to prevent it. But if not, and if we do have to take it into our own hands, then can't imagine the headache. Because it's a large number of phylacteries can be made by tearing the soul into numerous bits and hidden across the realm, potentially across the multiverse.
You know where all of yours are, right? Just secure.
Well, so I know where most of mine are. Most of them stayed in the same place. One of them was destroyed, but there is another one that it seems to be under a ward of non-detection. It exists, but not exactly sure where. There is another one that is in Dawnbreak. So not happy about that one. Hopefully we can choose to not be in Dawnbreak.
Zach is gonna just look at the map. Where the fuck is Dawnbreak?
That's the Paladin City.
Oh. I mean, if we come across it incidentally or maybe on purpose, I'll try to see about getting it back to you.
Oh, if you could, that would be amazing. And if you could just get rid of the Paladins as well. They're a nuisance.
Zach just gonna ignore his party on this one. Just out of curiosity, were there any other liches you've beaten in the past?
Well, liches tend to stay out of the eye of many. So, if you come across a lich and are unable to destroy all of their phylacteries, then you've made an enemy for eternity. Until you manage to track down the final phylactery of theirs. But you made the right choice of not becoming an enemy of mine, because you would have been removed quite a time ago, and you've made yourself useful now to me, so...
Honk.
I see that you all have also been teaching the others here some manners.
Think so.
I guess.
That's certainly not something I thought I'd be saying to a clown.
Just make sure everyone understands what keeps us going instead of having to get a mundane end like just not existing anymore. Need to at least go out some kind of adventure instead of the. Besides, the undead are really cool, and that's all I need.
Good taste, good taste. Anyway, was there anything else before I return to my lab? I need to send so many scouts into that mess that became Corlith Dungeon. That castle used to be beautiful.
Oh, maybe send someone to the magic power within Orzur? I know they had a collection of items, but we didn't fully go through them. And I definitely didn't know about the tapestry or the tattered scroll I saw, so maybe there's a hint in Orzur. They've been hoarding magical items for decades, I think now. Maybe centuries. I don't know the lore of the people I rule over. Technically, in part, co-ruler stares at Dante. What are we?
Wait, I'm sorry. What did you say?
Yeah, it's about right.
Dante just zoning
not gonna lie.
out.
Like I'm like IRL. I'm distracted.
No, that's fair.
Fucking
Probably
Dante
about where
just
Dante was in the
zoning
conversation.
out.
Just these weirdos have been talking for
Like
a
I've
long
been
fucking
listening,
time.
but I didn't catch exactly what you asked.
Yeah, the Zach was just like, maybe Orzer has some of the stuff relating to the big guy that the Arcanist wants. I don't even know the orc lore, even though I'm technically a lord of it, co-lord, co-ruler,
We're
and then just
chieftains.
stares at Dante. What are we, Dante? What the fuck are we?
I mean, we were chieftains and still kind of are. If we went back, we could be. Otherwise, we have other people in our stead.
I'm having fun with this Wheel of Fate bullshit. I'm gonna be honest. That's almost the entire motivating factor into my becoming a clown. I'll be frank. I will remain Zach anyway. If you don't, and with that, Zach's gonna just get up and okay, I have nothing more to say. I've been given some healing from my friend. I am going to lay in
Before
bed and
you
try
walk
not
away,
to
Dante
get worse
does
about this.
stop you.
And Zach's just gonna
Well,
leave.
Dante stops you before you walk away.
Why? Why?
By the way,
I-
my lady, thank you very much for all of your assistance. But yeah, I think they've had a really rough time. So I'm gonna go take care of that. Like before you even try to walk away, because Dante can tell how hurt and exhausted you are, he just fucking picks you up to take you to your room and just carries you there and makes sure you're all like situated and comfortable. And like gives you like a cold pack for your head, just whatever you may need.
Yeah, Zach's just exited the conversation. They reached their limit of everything for the day.
So, as we wind down, I would like to say,
If you have anything else to say to the Arcanist, go ahead. But Zach's out.
as Zach moves out, I will say that your soul essence has been touched by a massive necrotic force, and it has bestowed upon you a boon. You are now immune to death effects,
Oh damn!
What?
such
All
as our word kill.
Death magic. Cool.
Another boon from Arcanist Xanthus the Ascended. Her phylactery, that massive necrotic force that understands and has harnessed the secrets of life and death, have pierced into your being and left a mark. So, enjoy that. That's what you get for siding with someone who keeps telling you to kill people.
Zach has a wall of graffiti written
Just
by
every
many
single
people.
town,
Yeah.
kill them all. Like, we're already trying to save the world from being destroyed, yet she just says, kill those people. Oh yeah, and those ones. You know what? Everyone there, kill them too.
They
So,
breathe, kill them.
Just genocide everywhere, minus maybe 2 places.
if they're not under her, she probably wants them dead.
Which is literally everybody.
Yep. Well, anyway.
Well, what does she care if the world ends, if literally everybody is not with her? She wants them all dead anyway.
So, well, if they're dead, then they are under her. Anyway, so was anyone else going to say anything to Arcanist Xanthus the Ascended before she left?
Dante already said what he said.
Not unless
He
she
just
could help me
basically said,
send a
"Thank you,
message."
my lady, for the assistance.
Do you ask if she can help you send a message?
You know, you should.
I guess it's a minor thing, but it would put me at ease.
The mental Zach in your brain is just screaming out. You just take the dub. Do it.
Yeah, okay, I'll ask. I don't suppose you can help me send a message?
As she's, turning to leave, she turns back and looks you dead in the eyes and says, I am Arcanist Xanthris, the Ascended, the Master of Life and Death, and a Master Practitioner of Arcane Magic. You wish to have me send a message.
I feel like it would give the group, or at least mostly me, a lot of peace of mind. I mean, he couldn't figure it out, and I point at Nicholas.
Oh,
Sorry.
It's not your fault.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. Not good at those. Been rolling really bad all night. Wait, no, that's performance. Oh, good, and it's just a straight roll. Total garbage. Actually, that's a 15. Okay.
She looks at you. Why should I? Who is this individual that is so important that you get a message to immediately using my powers?
It's my foster family. They're probably gonna come under attack from dragons soon, and I just need them to be alright.
Close your eyes.
Okay.
I don't like this.
And
I think
and I do that. Okay.
who you wish to reach out to.
Okay, I start thinking of Amon.
You suddenly see something touching your horns, and Nicholas still being in the room. You see Arcanist Xanthris, the Ascended, make a small hand sign and then just grab Sandra's horns as if they were handlebars. And as you think of Amon, you feel yourself ripped from the location that you're at, and you fly, and you are just flying full speed. You're seeing trees, buildings, just so much flying past you so fast, and suddenly you find yourself at a campfire, and it feels as if you're looking through a hand mirror, and you just see Amon sitting there near a campfire in the woods, alone, pack next to him. Not paying attention.
Where is he?
Are you asking me, or are you saying this out loud?
Out loud, I guess.
I guess it could be both.
As you say that, suddenly you see Amon like jump and drop the remaining sandwich that he had in his hand and look at you with just absolute horror. And you hear him say, Sandra?
Wait, you can hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Sandra. Where are we
Why
right
are you
now?
floating ahead?
Long story. Very, very long. It's... a lot has happened.
Well, that's alright there, bud. You okay?
Not really. Where are you right now?
Oh, about a couple days north of, Alethius.
Hang on. What are you doing out there?
Well, I went to go visit you at the Adventurers Guild, but when I got there, that was burned down.
Yeah, like I said, a lot has happened.
What do you mean what you said?
A lot has happened. There's a lot that I need to explain, and I can't do it like this.
That's all right. I prefer being in person as well.
Can you make it to the river?
Which river?
The river to the north of Ilithaeus.
Yeah, I could be there.
I mean, we're gonna be sailing by there. We can pick you
Sail.
up. Yeah, we have a ship. Again, a lot has happened.
Well, as long as you're still doing your best, we still believe it.
Thanks. I really needed to hear that.
Well, hopefully I'll be seeing you soon, little Sandy.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to it. I'd hug you, but I don't have arms.
I'm not gonna be getting sleep tonight, but yep.
Sorry.
Well, you stay safe now, you hear?
Okay.
And as you hear that, you feel yourself being pulled back, and suddenly you open your eyes and you see Arcanist Xanthras the Ascended is just like pretty unenthusiastically looking you, like looking in your face while holding your horns in her hands.
You can let go now. Thank you.
She moves her hands away from your head, and she doesn't let go of the horns. They just come off of your head. It's like, okay.
Wait, the horns or her hands?
What?
The horns.
Yeah.
Oh no.
She just like, as if they weren't even attached, pulls the horns away. And Nicholas, you just see, it looks like Sandra never had horns.
I reach up and I
So that's what she
try to
looks like
feel
without
for them.
Yeah, they're gone. They're in Arcanist Xanthras the Ascended's hand. Like, there isn't even like the bone connected to the skull. It's just like skin and hair. Make a wisdom save real quick.
Yeah.
Zach in bed, just like, I sense clownery.
18.
You, as you start feeling it, you're just like, hang on. She's a spellcaster. And, you disbelieve the illusion, and your horns are still there, and you wave the magic off of your head. She just kind of smirks at you, turns around, and starts walking away. She got her entertainment. There was worry in your heart.
Well, pranks aside, thank you. I really needed that.
I can be nice on occasion.
We'll find your friend.
Please. I would appreciate it.
You have my word.
She goes down the stairs, and a couple of seconds pass, and then you hear the like cracking of bones and the shifting of flesh, and the smell of death just starts like re-permeating through the ship, and a magical noise of something just a loud occurs, and you feel the ship kind of like shift a little bit, like something big moved, and that you also feel like a bobbing, like a bunch of weight has been removed from the ship.
I'm
She
guessing
did
the
say she'd take the dragons.
Yeah, but I'm guessing the dragons are gone. Even though they're still on the map, they'll probably disappear in a couple seconds.
Yeah, it's because I was on a different map.
Oh look, there they go, just like I predicted!
No dragons?
And with that, we will call session for tonight.
Okay.
Yay!
We're looking for a man standing on the riverbank.
Okay.
Zach
That's what I was doing.
would be so upset to know that they missed out on the Lich being clowny. But they can't because they're tired and they're in bed.
Oh my god, okay, you gave me a heart attack, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
I thought we'd have to redo all the Sandra art.
Lamau.
Can you imagine?
Clownery.
I've removed another level of your being a fawn.
Oh god, it's on my fucking Echo Show now. I have all the Sandra art on my Echo Show. It's actually really nice.
Rip.
Alright. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Great fucking session. A lot of lore dropped here.
More role playing.
A lot of
Yeah.
role playing, and we all know role playing sessions are the best sessions.
Mhm.
We will see you guys next week. Have a fantastic evening.